three very interesting, affordable, Middle Eastern fragrances, 3 different brands from Aroma Concepts. All 3 of these are pretty unisex too. These are very unique. I'm excited to talk about these. Hello, my gorgeous ones. Welcome to Aleisha Budget Beauty. My name is Aleisha. Here on my channel, I love all things affordable fashion, beauty, and fragrance. I do hauls, tutorials, reviews, new Middle Eastern fragrance releases, all sorts of fun stuff. So if that sounds good to you, please subscribe, stick around, be a friend. All right, you guys, this was another surprise. If you guys saw my Gulf Orchid Musk collection video, I said that a huge box arrived from Aroma Concepts, and I didn't know that collection was coming, and there were 3 other fragrances that were a surprise to me in that PR box. So these are those 3. So yes, I did get these in PR. Still gonna give all my honest thoughts about them. And all 3 of these have kind of similar vibes. I mean, they're actually very different from each other, but we've got some it's like browns. They just go together. You'll see when I talk about them. So I'm very excited. These are, I like these a lot. I really, really do. So let's first start off with the Anfar, the Dubai Chocolate Pistachio Kunafa. Now, it came in this cute box, and inside was the fragrance, and then this is a chocolate bar, or actually, I believe it is supposed to taste like the Kunafa, which I looked that up. I wasn't familiar, but that is a Middle Eastern dessert that actually has like cheeses and like sugar, and it's topped with pistachio nuts. It's supposed to be a major delicacy. I never heard of it, so that was new to me. I learned about that. So it came with a cute little chocolate bar, but this is the actual bottle, and I think it's really fun. I think this is a really cute bottle. It's very, very heavy. It's kind of misleading. It's a super heavy, kind of like a brick. And whenever I looked up what the Kunafa was, I realized that that is part of this fragrance, but there's a few other notes in here as well. This is very gourmand, but it's super different to my nose. I think because it is a dessert that I'm not familiar with. It's, you know, just like a mix of savory, sweet elements together that what I've read is if you've never tasted it, it is like something you've never tasted before, and it's a whole new experience. And I feel like the scent of it is that way as well. So let me tell you what's in here. All right, so the notes in the Dubai Chocolate Pistachio Kunafa is pistachio, kunafa, nuts, caramel, tonka, cardamom, chocolate, amber, vanilla, and then it says powdery. And what really comes across to me is a really dark, dry chocolate in this. Like the darkest, driest chocolate I think I've ever actually smelled in a fragrance. One other one that comes to mind is Sniff's House of 8. That's a really deep, dark chocolate. Almost like there's like the shavings of dark chocolate that's powdery. You get that. And then that Kunafa is such an interesting smell, you guys. This is really one that's going to be hard for me to describe since I've never tasted the dessert, and I think a lot of you guys haven't either, unless you're familiar with the Middle Eastern cuisine and the actual dessert. But the pistachio in this is the nuttiest pistachio as well that I think that I've smelled. I recently did a video on the Elizabeth Arden Green Tea Pistachio Crunch. That one had pistachio husks as the note instead of the actual pistachio, and that was different to my nose for a pistachio fragrance. This one's also different to me because it's almost earthy. It's almost like you take those pistachios and you really grind them down. Even though there's not a coffee note in this also, once this dries down, it almost smells like a deep, dark roast to me. Just a black coffee, the deep, dark roast. It's not overbearingly so. It's only something that I just kind of smell in the background. There's not a coffee note, but it may just be part of that Kunafa dessert and the pistachio and the cardamom and that dark chocolate in here that's giving that sort of feel to it. But for my gourmand lovers, you guys, this is really unique and interesting. I don't think I've smelled anything quite like this. I also don't think it is too sweet at all. definitely that dry dark chocolate instead of a sweet milky chocolate. I also think this is somewhat unisex, or actually I'm gonna say yes, it is unisex. I don't think it really lends itself to either direction. So I think men who like a gourmand would like it. I think women who love gourmands, but you don't want something too sweet, I think that you would like this as well. It's so fun to get your nose on this, you guys. It really kind of took me on an adventure, made me feel like I was in an exotic destination and smelling something I'd never smelled before. Now I want to try that dessert, and I'm not a big dessert person. So I think this is excellent. I really highly recommend it. I think it's just, it's a fun one. So go ahead and check it out. That is Dubai Chocolate Pistachio Kunafa by Onfar. All right, next up we have a Gulf Orchid perfume. Gulf Orchid has been cranking them out. I tend to really love Gulf Orchid fragrances. So this is dark chocolate. I love this bottle as well. It kind of looks a little sleek masculine. I think it's really pretty. I'm gonna say this one is unisex, but I think it kind of leans ever so slightly masculine, but one that women can definitely get away with. I think a lot of gourmands, anyone can really wear. It's not fully either direction, but the notes in this one is gonna be mandarin, cardamom, chocolate, cocoa, jasmine, anise blossoms, labdanum, musk, vanilla, and amber. What I really took away from this fragrance is this is the freshest cardamom I think I've ever smelled. I don't always think fresh whenever I think cardamom. I think spicy and kind of savory, sometimes even a little bit heavy, but I think that the mandarin at the top coupled with the cardamom in here is giving it this freshness that I had never really smelled before. And then you have the chocolate come in. It is not overly sweet either. And then I really think once this dries down, that amber really kicks into high gear. You really get a warmth to this. So it's very cozy. It takes the edge off of the spice with the cardamom with that mandarin to make it a fresher cardamom. And then you have that chocolate element that's also not too sweet. So I think this is very wearable. I do see a lot of men really, really liking this fragrance. I don't know that it's particularly a spring and summer fragrance right now. I really see this thriving in the fall. Maybe right now in the spring, if you live somewhere where it's cool. I think in the summer it would be maybe just a tad too heavy, but again, I think that freshness kind of keeps this from being a really cloying, deep, heavy gourmand that is difficult for some people to wear. Really, really enjoy this. You guys, this one is really, really good. And men that are looking for a gourmand, I would highly recommend this. This is Dark Chocolate by Gulf Orchid. All right, my last one is Mysterium by Paris Corner. And I think out of all three, this is the most masculine. And this was the one that was, when I say challenging, I don't mean really even difficult. It just was the most challenging to my nose to figure out what exactly am I smelling here? And do I actually like this, and being kind of surprised that I like it? So let me read the notes. It is passion fruit, bergamot, cinnamon, rose, incense, leather, sandalwood, patchouli, and labdanum. Now, I think what was surprising to me is I do pick out the patchouli in this, but it is kind of different from other patchoulis for me. You guys know me and patchouli, how I can either hate it or tolerate it, or kind of just, as long as it's blended well, not really notice it in a fragrance. It stands out in here, but it is a very, very earthy patchouli. Not a sweet patchouli, not a, I'll say sometimes it smells like a trash can or like a baby diaper. Not that type of patchouli either. It really smells like it's pulled from the earth. Lots of earthiness in here. And then you have that leather and the incense and some rose. Cinnamon, I definitely get. It's a really unique fragrance that I think more men than women are going to appreciate. but I don't hate this. And I'm kind of surprised that I don't hate it. I just kept smelling it and thinking, this is really interesting. I don't know that I really want to wear it right now, especially as it's getting warmer. I do think this is also a colder weather fragrance for sure. But I was enjoying sniffing it and trying to figure it out. And I actually could maybe see myself for fun wearing this in like a really, really cold day. I think it would be nice. I think I would personally layer it with something slightly more feminine or sweeter for me, like add an extra dose of vanilla in there. But I think this would be a great one for you guys out there, or any ladies that, you know, like the sound of those notes, the incense, leather, patchouli, all those things. So, and the bottle's pretty cool too. That is Mysterium by Paris Corner. All right, but that is it, you guys. Those are the 3 brand new fragrances to Aroma Concepts and by Anfar, Gulf Orchid, and Paris Corner. I think all 3 are nice quality. All 3 also have pretty long wear time and project pretty well. All 3 of them. So those are bonuses as well. You guys let me know which one you might be interested in. Let me know if you're gonna pick one up. I thank you so much for watching. And as always, have fun shopping, budget shopping, and smelling fabulous. Bye.